love baking bread. I feel like it connects me with my ancestors or something. Gusto mong tinapay? Ate, kuya. Kuya, gusto ko kape.
It's supposed to be salamat po.
Hello world, wake me up to another good morning. Time to go. Oh, we are all looking for adventure. We are all looking for adventure.
Hey guys, welcome to the vlog. I am gonna have my friend come over today and we're going to bake bread.
Okay, hold on and go ahead. Introduction.
Okay, we didn't tell our friends that we were filming today, so they didn't know. I'm so sorry. And they're such good friends to me. We were just hanging out last night and we decided that I would teach them to bake my bread that I like to make. So that's what we're doing today, so let's go. We are gonna make 2 loaves of bread so that I can do it alongside you and you can make your own loaf of bread. So the first thing is we're gonna get the yeast and the water together. Have you ever made bread before?
Yes.
Okay. So you need yeast so that it rises. And so the first thing is 2 1/4 teaspoons of yeast. And then it's about 1 1/2 cups of water, but it's so humid in the Philippines, I do a little bit less than that. So today I'm feeling I'll just do 1 1/4 cup. I'm not really great at baking, but I enjoy doing simple recipes, and this is really simple. Like, it only has a few ingredients. I don't use milk or anything like that. And you put 1 1/2 cups in there, and then you just stir it up. So I did 1 1/2 cups today, and that's what I'm feeling. You can do 1/4 or 1/2. If you hear construction going on, it's our other neighbors this time. They're working on their house, and we don't mind. We know you're watching. This needs to sit for like a few minutes because the yeast was in the freezer. So we want it to warm up just a little bit. And then while that's going, we're gonna get the other stuff ready in another bowl.
So how long are we going to sit the yeast?
We'll just leave it until we get the other stuff mixed together, and then we'll mix it together. And then you can wait until it's frothy and stuff. I'm really not good at baking. There's been times that I don't wait or anything. I just mix it together and it turns out fine. So if I'm trying to look like I know what I'm talking about, then we're gonna let it sit and bubble up. Sister Ressie, if you're getting sick of being on our videos, just tell us.
Ba't labas sa ilong?
Brother Lilo said, "Hey, here's the blogger." the blogger, B as in blogger, not vlogger.
I like to use coconut oil. It's one of the healthiest oils that you can cook with, because as you heat up other oils like canola oil or soybean oil, then they can be kind of toxic. So still do sometimes, but this is my favorite oil. So put 2 tablespoons of that. Careful, it's super runny. Okay, so then I put a teaspoon of salt. I just feel like sometimes it's so salty. It's not my favorite. Okay, and then this recipe uses honey, but honey can be expensive. And so I'm gonna let you use the honey in your bread, and then I'll just use sugar. It doesn't really matter, you just need something to sweeten it. I just use the same amount and I put it in with the oil and salt. So just fill this with your honey, and then you can put it in with that.
Taas ang kamay ng love ni Lola! Ay.
Commercial.
And we're gonna dump it into our sugar and oil and salt. So then once that's mixed, we're gonna let it sit for a few minutes and wait. While we're waiting, we're gonna grease our pan. So I just put a tiny bit of coconut oil in there, and then I'm just gonna rub it around with my hand.
Yummy.
What do you think you're doing? Uy, bawal daw yun.
Ikaw kailangan nagbigay ko. Maybe wag na bigyan mo sa papa mo. Yung papa mo talaga may kasalanan.
No one.
I'm trying to decide how long I want to wait because I don't know how much it matters. If you guys know about baking bread, does it matter if you wait for the sugar and the yeast to activate or something? Because if you wait for like 10-20 minutes, it's gonna like bubble up a little bit. Alright, we're going to get started on the next part. And so the yeast and the sugar is all activated now. That's why it bubbles a little bit. And then we can add the flour. So the recipe isn't really clear because it depends on the humidity in the air. And so it's like 3 to 4 cups of flour. So we're just gonna find out what we need today. You just start adding it and mixing it. 3 or 4, so put 2 in for now and start mixing it. Yeah, I love baking bread. Like, I feel like it connects me with my ancestors or something, because my white ancestors like
Galit
it.
sa pagkain.
So when it gets to the point that you can't stir it and it's starting to like clump up, then it's better to work it with your hands. So we're both gonna use one side of the mat. So I like to just sprinkle a little flour so that it doesn't stick. And then just dump it out. That looks so great. So when you're ready, you can put flour here.
Massage it like you're massaging Kuya Nilo.
Kuya Nilo's what?
Back. Back. Kuya Nilo's back.
Be very specific.
Ay.
Perfect timing. Esme just washed her hands so she can help.
Yeah. Get it.
Better than me, ah.
Basta nga ito ba din sa kamay?
Money for power. I don't even want.
Breathe it in.
Lagyan mo daw magic dust.
So yeah, you just knead it for a while. You want to work the air into it. So I was telling Esme, don't tear it apart and beat it up, but you want to fold it in so that the air comes in, and that's what makes it fluffy, and then it won't be as dense and stuff like that.
And push.
Yeah, it's just sticking out. You need more flour.
Mm.
Yun!
Parang nagdi-dribble ng bola.
Huwag kang tumigil sa gitna. Ituloy mo hanggang dulo. Yeah!
Every time dumidikit na siya, nalagyan mo siya ng...
Yeah. Don't put too much flour.
Because then it will start falling apart and it won't stick together anymore. But if that happens, then you just add a little drop of water and you'll be able to get back to it. So I have found that you don't really have to do this super long time. With some recipes, maybe you do, but this one's so simple. You can just kind of, like, this is probably enough, what Esme's done, enough kneading, but we'll just let her keep going, it doesn't hurt. But you'll just get used to, feeling it. Like when I push on it, it has some sticky parts, so I know it's not worked in all the way yet. But even if I put it in right now, I know it would turn out just fine. Because I've done this bread so many times, and it doesn't really fail that often, right? Like yesterday was the first real fail. It rose too long, so then it just flattened so much. Here, Sister Resty, work on this one so that you know what it feels like. Ooh, perfect. She's natural.
Yeah!
How long I'm going to do this?
Just for a minute. Till you feel like all the flour is worked in.
Huwag kang mahiya, ate. I-push mo. Sige. Push it like Kuya Nilo's back.
So now, I'm just gonna make it into the shape of the pan. And we're gonna leave it in the pan to rise for like 30 minutes to an hour before we bake it. So you just put it in there and you can really smush it down. And as it rises, we wanna bake it when it's like about right here. And then when it's in the oven, it should go just above the pan. And then so you wanna put it somewhere like semi-warm, like not in front of a fan or anything. So it'll rise faster, because when it's warm, then it needs to rise. So I'm gonna put it in here. This is Kalo. She's Trixie's sister, Lola Doris' daughter. Good friend of our family. Okay, so now try and work it into the shape of the pan. Just smush it down. Yeah, and then you can drop it in. And then push it down to fill the whole pan. I just noticed that the bread is risen enough, so we're gonna put it in the oven. They're both good. So one has honey, one has just regular sugar. 350 for 30 minutes to an hour. It really depends on your oven and the kind of flour you used. I think this one is more like 30 minutes, but I'm gonna watch it, and when it's, I don't know, I just know when it's done, so. Sister Reci's, and it's more beautiful than mine.
Ooh, look at that.
Gorgeous. I feel like you should be cutting your own loaf of bread, but I'm doing sorry.
Yeah.
Good. Oh, that's just gorgeous. That. Need to put some butter on it. Your bread that you made. Gusto mong tinapay. Ate, kuya. Kuya, gusto ko kape. So this one had sugar instead of honey. So we're gonna see which one Sister Reci likes more.
This one is good.
Which
One
one?
with honey.
It's supposed to be salama po.
Dapat kamata niyo.
You like that one?
No, I like that one.
Kasi habang minamasa, maganda yung texture niya. Kasi habang minamasa ko siya, ni-imagine ko si Brother Nilo, minamasa ko siya. Yung likod.
This flour was not the best flour for it. This is the same flour I used for yesterday's bread, and it's not as fluffy. It depends the flour that you use too. If you can get a different bread flour, much better. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I had such a good time baking bread with my friend. It's definitely different learning how to bake in the Philippines, what I used to do in the US. So I know that all the supplies seem the same and the materials. The first time that I baked bread here, I just followed my same recipe and it turned out so amazing. It was fluffy and nice. And then this time that I did it with my friends, it seemed to be like more dense and not the same recipe. But I've discovered that it's just a different flour. And so if I buy the original flour that I did, it's going to taste so much better. But I really enjoy that I can share these things with my friends because my friends have never baked bread before and it's just something cool that I can show them, something that I love doing. If you guys have any tips for me on baking in the Philippines, if you have experienced this before, please let me know. Maybe give me advice for the right flour to buy. But I would love to make more things like this and bake with my friends. So thanks so much for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up and please join our Patreon. Please subscribe if you haven't already. I'm hand washing clothes until we hit 100,000 subscribers and we're so close. So thank you so much for that. And we will see you in our next video. Bye!
Bye.